Johannesburg Water says restoring its system could take weeks, and Rand Water's maintenance has added further strain to its already fragile infrastructure. Scores of Johannesburg suburbs are currently without water due to ongoing maintenance at Rand Water's pump stations. Despite scheduled maintenance plans, residents, particularly those in high-lying areas, are facing either severely reduced water pressure or complete water outages. Veronica Makhoali has more.
Johannesburg is suffering major water outages just a week into Rand Water's planned maintenance of its infrastructure, which supplies more than half of the city with water. The project is expected to be completed by the end of July, but residents are already complaining about their dry taps. Meanwhile, an Eskom power outage that hit the Swartkoppies pump station on Wednesday night has resulted in critical water supply shortages in some areas.
Rand Water's Swartkoppies had a power failure and power was eventually restored this morning around 3:30 a.m. And in terms of the areas that have been affected in terms of our systems within Johannesburg Water, so it's our Randburg and Rudaport systems, it's the Crown Gardens, it's Eagle's Nest, it's our Commando system, which is Brixton, Crosby and Hurstville, and it's the Johannesburg CBD, including Berea, Parktown, and all those areas surrounding there.
According to Joburg Water, its Randburg system is now completely dry.
It'll be our Randburg and Rudaport reservoirs and towers, which are essentially empty because we have no incoming supply from our bulk supplier, and that is due to firstly the ongoing maintenance on Aikenhof, which is up until the 12th of July, and I think as what happened at Swartkoppies somewhat exacerbated the situation. What we can say to residents, particularly those who have not been affected yet, particularly Palmit, that would be the Midrand and Senton systems, that they can start storing water supply because the maintenance for those areas starts on the 1st of July. And in terms of the Randburg and Rudaport systems, we have ramped up alternative water supply in terms of roaming and stationary water tankers to all the affected areas.
Joburg Water has advised residents to prepare for any potential disruptions, emphasizing that it will take some time for its system to fully recover.
The first 2 days will be where we are stabilizing the system, looking for airlocks, because when there is no water, the air is in the system. So we need to get rid of that air. So the first 2 to 3 days, we are still trying to recharge and flush the system so that the water can settle in and be able to fully charge on the system. Then the first week will now give us the retention. We're filling up the reservoir until the customers are fully supplied. Now the water will always follow the dravid. All the high-lying areas will always be restored last. And that's unfortunately, the water systems are quite complex in that sense, that the low-lying areas will have water continuously, while the high-lying areas will only be restored last. So we give us the first week to be able, after the completion of the maintenance, we'll start be able to gradually supply the areas until fully recovered.
Earlier this year, the entity announced plans to invest over 400 million rand in upgrading its bulk water infrastructure to boost capacity. Locations for alternative water supply can be found on Joburg Water's website. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Veronica Makhoali in Midrand.